This video is a commentary for truth junkies and snowflake chasers. And the Notre Dame Cathedral burning is very symbolic. And as Gandhi said once, that civilization could be a good idea. And this building that has gone up into flames is another expression within this culture of death. I call it the culture of death. It wasn't actually my name. It was John Paul II who presented us with an encyclical. The Catholics have what are called encyclicals, and they make statements. They make omnipotent statement about the nature of our reality, and he called it the culture of death. And he referred to everybody out there except themselves, the Catholic Church, who is a symbol of depravity, the degenerates that run this outfit, the pedophiles that populate 90% probably of the bunch in their ranks are abusers, are just horrible abusers. And this cathedral, a Catholic cathedral, it is a monument to the history of civilization. And I would say, all you truth junkies and snowflake chasers, it is an example of Rome burning. We are given, and I'm deviating a little bit from my normal commentary because I'm very concerned, very interested, very focused on the toxicities that are being disseminated into our conscience, into our consciousness, into our being, our biological being, by certain circumstances out there that are man-made circumstances. I am not capable of dealing with the methane releases, all the things that are going to explode on this planet that have nothing to do with what I understand to be man-made. The Notre Dame burning, the cathedral burning, is an expression of Rome burning. As Gandhi said, civilization could be a good idea. It has never existed. People, for all you people out there, I was just listening to Joseph Farrell being really upset about Notre Dame burning, and it represents civilization. Joseph P. Farrell, Gandhi said very succinctly, whatever his issues may have been, that civilization could be a good idea. He nailed it. This is like 50 years ago. He nailed it. No, what am I talking about? 50 years ago, 1949. We're talking about almost 70 years ago, 70 years ago or more. Gandhi said civilization could be a good idea. All the representations of what is out there that is considered to be civilized is a veneer, is a smoke screen, and everyone is chasing the snowflakes, the reality out there that appears to be real but is not, because it's underlying what is reality is basically a skewed perspective of ourselves, because we haven't done the inner work, as I always go back to. But I'm going to deviate a little bit today, and I'm going to relate the fact that Notre Dame is in fact a symbol of Fukushima. Notre Dame and Fukushima are the same thing, but notice how much attention is being paid to this cathedral burning. And it is nowhere near what is happening in Fukushima. So you see, this is a beautiful deception once more, the way Fukushima is being covered up, and Notre Dame is being now, oh, is it an accident or is it on purpose? I don't care. The fact is that civilization has never existed as far as humanity on the highest level, what I consider to be, what I understand to be within myself, to be the highest level of what it is to be this being, what is this bag of blood that we are in, what is the potential of ourselves within this existence, what we experience. And I'm just going to do a very brief comment. Notre Dame and Fukushima are nowhere near the same, but it is a good example again of something going mucky-muck in the truth bunch out there who fail to see the real Notre Dame burning is over in Japan in a place called Fukushima. But let's think about civilization. Civilization as represented by a magnificent structure. It has been taken over by the cartel, the criminal cartel, the nuclear criminal cartel, who have hundreds of Notre Dames potentially burning and destroying everything. And Notre Dame is just a symbol of what we think to be civilization, but it hasn't existed yet. We're still trying to establish it. Those human beings that are alive out there, that actually have a sense of themselves within the context of our existence. And what I call existence is extended into a realm, the mystery, that I perceive as eternity, whatever that might be. But I've said this before, I have a romance with eternity, and I don't need a cathedral to remind me that I have this romance with eternity. And you see, they can just destroy. The pyramid of power can destroy the vestiges or the representations of what we attach ourselves to as being civilization is not real. These are just structures that are diverting us from the real cathedral, which is the inner cathedral. As Jesus said, the kingdom of the Lord, or the kingdom of heaven, is within. It's not out there in cathedrals, it's within. And this cathedral is burning as a representative, the same way Fukushima is burning now for over 8 years. It is out there doing its toxicity. Notre Dame? Yes, I was in Notre Dame. It's an impressive building. But so what? So what? What really matters is how each individual responds. The context of our existence is how we are in our day-to-day lives. And no matter how many structures we create around ourselves to pretend that we are what we are really not, is not going to have any effect on the life that we live. So Joseph P. Farrell just did his Nefarium, and he's so upset. Oh, I'm so upset about, this symbol of civilization has been destroyed. Well, Mr. Farrell, there is a cathedral burning in Japan, has been burning for over 8 years, and will be burning for 100,000 years longer. And there is no consciousness behind this. So I throw up my arms. I'm like in disbelief how these intelligent people, these people of intelligence, can present to us all the fucking snowflakes out there that are burning. Well, Rome is burning, and the whatever power structure is behind all this is laughing at us, because all the useless eaters out there that were identified. George Bernard Shaw came out. You can research this on YouTube. It exists. He referred to us and all you useless eaters, us, the useless eaters that are now getting a little bit on top of things, like myself and a few other people understanding the severity of our situation, how we're being pummeled by all the things that are going on around us. Civilization has never existed. In fact, we are in a culture that I refer to as the culture of death. Thank you, John Paul II, but he didn't get it either. Well, he got it, but he had to put it outside to make us feel small, like all the Catholics. I was a Catholic way back when, feeling like a tiny little light flickering. This little light in me was almost squelched until I realized, well, I didn't realize what happened is I grew into it for some reason. I don't know why. I began to understand that I had to express myself. That which is that inner part of me had to come out in my paintings. Whenever you see me doing my commentary, there are paintings in the background. I'm working on a series of gorgeous, beautiful explosions. I'm referring to the first explosion. This is an image of the first explosion, the Trinity explosion that happened. And I'm turning them into beautiful flowers out there. Yeah, civilization could be a good idea. Wow. Wow, yeah. Anyway, Notre Dame, Fukushima. Wow. Is Rome burning maybe? Is Rome burning? You see, we're being presented with the understanding, but it's not being picked up by even fabulous thinkers. Farrell has written about the Bell, the Nazis, the people that were involved in occult knowledge and what is understood to be this sort of what is that? That esoteric stuff, the theosophists, the Krishnamurti guy who said, no, I want no part of you. That was a big plus for him. Other than that, he kind of disappeared into the woodwork. I did like him in some way, Krishnamurti, J. Krishnamurti, and especially his conversations with David Bohm regarding the end of time. It's a worthwhile read, people. David Bohm, Krishnamurti talking about their concept of existence and reality. They kind of skirt around each other all the time, so it's a little tedious, but there is an indication, maybe a little bit, that there is more than just chasing snowflakes going on. There are people that want to get to the core, to the root of our, at this point, our demise, but also our becoming, our potential, our possibility. And Notre Dame is a symbol for Rome burning, the way Fukushima, that nobody gives a shit about, which has been burning for 8 years. You go figure it out, right? Figure it out. This is like so obvious to me. Yeah, you go chase your Notre Dame snowflakes. It's pathetic as far as I'm concerned, because the real cathedral, the real cathedral that is burning, and there is like 460 of them out there that will be burning as well at some point, because there's no way of controlling the fission process. I've also called this the age of fission. It's not the nuclear age, because as far as we understand, nuclear is everything, but the age of fission is man-made. It's a man-made event. The fission thing doesn't exist in the cosmos anywhere. We made fission. We are living in the age of fission, our own construct. The zeitgeist, the time we live in, is the age of fission. When do artists realize that the age we're living in is not some fictitious, like, aesthetic age? We are living in the age of fission. Anyway, I just thought I'd bring up the Notre Dame issue, because everybody seems to be really wrapped up in this thing. And I have to say, and interesting too, the Gilets jaunes, the yellow vest movement is phenomenal. I have like great hope again, because there is an uprising within the population. They haven't got a clue, but they're saying, we're not going to take it. There's something wrong here. There's a fundamental dysfunction in this society. This is a culture of death, as we see now with Notre Dame burning. It is a symbol of, actually, maybe it's a very positive symbol. I would say there is a very positive, symbolically speaking, a very positive symbol. If you are like me, that I don't believe civilization has occurred, Notre Dame is a building that needs to come down. Yes, because it represents the degenerates that have always, for how long, 2,000 years, supposedly, been running the show. Yeah, I don't know where it's going to go, but I will continue to make my work and make flowers, beautiful flowers, out of the explosion that you see behind me. You see the explosion behind me as it develops, as it goes through its different versions, and hope that helps. That's my thought today.